You know what? You see the headline. You know how this goes. Let's get into it. Donald Trump has taken his tirade against immigrants with tattoos to new heights, baselessly claiming that Kilmar Borrego Garcia's knuckle tattoos clearly associate him with MS-13. Uh-huh. Problem is they speak Spanish in El Salvador. If you know, you know. This is the man, Kilmar Abrego Garcia, that the courts are trying to save from being deported, the president wrote on Truth Social Monday night. He was supposed to be, according to the judge and the Democrats, a wonderful father from Maryland. But then they noticed he had MS-13 tattooed on his knuckles and lots of bad stories about his past. You mean the story that the DOJ tried to concoct with the help of a now unemployed informant? Because they couldn't tell the truth on anything. The post includes a photo of Trump holding up a photo of a hand, supposedly Abrego Garcia's, with a marijuana leaf, smiley face, cross, and skull tattooed across the knuckles. What's Spanish for marijuana? What's the Spanish word for a smiley face? What's the Spanish word for a cross? And what's the Spanish word for a skull? Because this is very much so giving propaganda coming out of Israel, where everything was written in English in a country that English is not the dominant language. So, on top of each individual tattoo was written M-S-1-3. The president's way of explaining each tattoo clearly translates to an individual letter or number, which altogether spell MS-13. Once again, what language do they speak in El Salvador? So what would be the point of putting that to translate it into MS-13 for English speakers? This is the gang that, perhaps, the worst of them all. What is wrong with our country? Trump's post concluded, leaving out any explanation for how he broke the tattoo code. Because he didn't. They just made some shit up. Abrego, and it's giving very much so. The only thing I know about gangs is what I watched in after school specials. Abrego Garcia was unlawfully deported, kidnapped, trafficked to El Salvador last month due to an admitted administrative error by the Trump administration, though officials have since doubled down on the unfounded claims that Abrego Garcia is part of MS-13. Now the president is resorting to one of his favorite but most outrageous justifications for deporting Latino men without due process. They have tattoos. Don't we all? Don't we all? Don't we though? After he ignored court orders and deported 200 Venezuelan immigrants to a mega prison in El Salvador, Trump cited photos of their tattoos as proof that they were part of Tren de Agua. One man had a tattoo of a rose and a skull, another had a tattoo of a soccer ball. Even if gang affiliate tattoos were sufficient evidence to deport someone, they're not. None of those are associated with the gang. In fact, experts on the gang have revealed that they do not have affiliation tattoos. The SecDef has tattoos associated with white supremacy organizations, but you know. The truth is that the tattoo identifying the gang does not exist. Rona Risque, a Venezuelan journalist who published the definition book on TDA, told The New Yorker at the start of the month. The gang does not use any tattoos as form of gang affiliation. No Venezuelan gang does. Last week, the Supreme Court ordered the Trump administration to facilitate Abrego Garcia's return, but all the administration has done is continue to push lies about the 29-year-old's identity. A growing number of Democrats are traveling to El Salvador to push for his release. But I also want you to remember that Trump essentially said, after claiming that he's the most powerful man and everybody cowers down to him, that Bukele has more power than him. Because he said if Bukele doesn't want to do it, he can't do it. If El Salvador doesn't want to do it. But I thought Trump had the power to make everybody bend the knee. Which is it? While Donald Trump continues to defy the Supreme Court, Kilmer Abrego Garcia is being held illegally in El Salvador after being wrongfully deported. California Representative Robert Garcia said in a statement on Monday, "This is why we're here, to remind the American people that kidnapping immigrants and deporting them without due process is not how we do things in America." Let me know your thoughts in the comments.